Of course, there are cultural differences, but statistics is the same everywhere. Maybe not increased presently, but in the rest of the world, statistics is the same everywhere.
Economy is one of the most important components of our the world, and business is the core of the economy. And how to run successful business, that's people, and you have to educate people to run successful business. That is management education, business school. Business management is not easy thing, not easy to learn. Historically, we used to teach hard things, more mathematical or more scientific, but more and more we think softer aspects, soft things are more important. People skill, communication skills. So business schools these days, we are trying to have our students to develop soft skills, which we think, we believe will be a successful manager in business. Communication and empathy, characteristic of manager. For me.
I add to these qualities. Not less important is the cross-cultural knowledge about the different cultures. To be a good manager today, it's very easy for a young manager to be involved in international scenario, international companies, and so the cross-cultural issues are very important to understand differences from one culture to the other, and not to be just ethnocentric, just like it's common for most people to be. This is something that I could add.
The question is what you are aiming at. If you do a specialized master, you might be a good specialist at the end. If you are doing a general MBA program, you are looking for something else. And then within the world, globalized world, you need to have all these qualities mentioned earlier. But if you are doing a specialized Master of Finance, you might be a good banker. You might be.
Yes, as for example, we were talking about this some minutes before. More and more schools are organizing their programs as to be mandatory for students to go abroad, just like the school that Professor Axel is from. So most schools in Europe and also other countries are making it as mandatory for the students to spend one semester abroad in another country, either in Europe or in other regions like Asia, Latin America, far.
I think multicultural aspect is very important, especially for French students. Because in France you have strong culture, but you need to learn from others, especially Asia. Asia is very diverse in culture, and I strongly recommend French students to learn more diverse cultures in Asia. That's for future leaders. That's what I want to say.
Yeah, it's quite easy. Germany, for example, is dependent on exports. Nobody speaks German outside Central Europe. You don't speak German. You don't speak German. If our future managers do not speak other languages and do not understand other cultures, we would definitely have a huge problem. And that's one of the reasons why in my school all the students have to spend at least one semester abroad. And it's a success story because they definitely spend the semester abroad. And we are, for example, working with the schools where these both gentlemen are coming from.
This is a very interesting example that Professor Axel mentioned. Just for example, in Brazil, in São Paulo, there are the largest number of German companies in one city, in one region. And you can imagine how many German students want to come to São Paulo, not only to study, but also to work and to get experience in German companies abroad. So they learn Portuguese. That's very interesting for a German speaking Portuguese. Why then? That's the case, that's the example of how important it is to learn other languages.